Hello friends, Arthur here, and this is showcase number 53, level from Mortishade with very long strange name and maybe slightly strange level, at least for the beginning. Some lines are pretty hard. Several times I was crashed right after the checkpoint 1 on the landing. I don't know, probably it's Unity thing, but yeah. After that, really hard range jump after checkpoint 4, where you need a lot of speed, pretty decent angle to do so, and yes, very interesting, slightly harder tracks than it looks on the first glance. ZSL very pale by MDPL, and probably it's the first time when I show ZSL track during showcase, and it's because it seems that I missed it on ZSL video and no one told me about that, which is a shame. There's no comments as of right now. As of track, quite short, but in time limits for ZSL, and I would say one trick track. It's all about transition on the last turn, checkpoint 3 and a jump. If you do it, it's all fine and easy, but you need to know about it and you need to be prepared for it. But it's a short track, so we have a lot of attempts. And some of attempts could be really fun and interesting. And we start with very nice cycle of hard trolling tracks for this week. We follow them up by OGL Games. At the beginning there was a map, and this is a blind track, you don't see it, invisible one, but honestly in my case I was doing by crowd control, and thanks to Diabler who shows the track limit, it was pretty fast and nice, but without crowd in solo I wouldn't be doing it. Junk Citions 2 by Tiger and Graham. Yet another very strange, junky, hard track. Pretty long one. My best result, checkpoint 2, but as you will see later, people almost finish it with some luck, with some skills. But again, it's very hard, especially for 5-minute track, spending like 1 minute 30 for one full attempt and failing somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the end, hoping that you could do it better next time. And because of Unity, all your crashing, wall rides, jumps, bounce, it's all work differently each time, so it's really hard to receive consistent result on same attempts, but yeah, it's doable. You saw it's almost doable, but not in 5 minutes. And yeah, I'm really not a big fan of such type of tracks. I mean, Showcase is threefold for posting tracks, but it's just not was really fun for me. Bergafwart by Gary CG. Pretty fast, interesting track in terms of lines, where it's very easy to fly over the track on some elements, or receive some smokes from your tires and drift a lot. There are potential one feature climb, but probably everyone can do it. I don't think it's hard. It's all about not fell off from the track. I was several times lucky to do it. And yes, again, people start building tracks with risky finish, normal one. So this attempt with normal finish, it's slower around 5 seconds. When I try do risky one, I just didn't aim properly. I was crash on the edge of the finish line, and it was really 5 seconds faster than my result in safe mode. More Patience by Morris Sinis, and this is, as you can see, 3-minute tracks, so it's not a lot of time for you to fail and start over. This is quite long track. I'm showing it because I finish it, and I believe around 7 people finish it without crashing. Wasn't the fastest one, I was the slowest, I guess. but it is what it is. Probably I will slightly speed up, but if I remember correctly, this is the really first track that at least I finished, which is longer than like 2 minutes, basically from the first attempt. So from that point, it's pretty doable. There are several hard elements, like a tricky one, but again, for me, there's a trick. You should not be the first guy. Just be behind someone else. If it's someone with more experience, then it's better. They can show you some tricks like a barrier ride or other stuff. If it's not, you still have some time to react on their moves. If they failed, you will know that you need to do something different. Not always work, but it's give you more chance in that cases. And because this is quite long track, this is a good moment just ask, hit the like button, please. It helps a lot. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It also will help. And if you don't, then you don't, you know. And also I have another great question because of this whole track. It's more for people who just watched or play also during showcase and take part in showcase. Do you think that track in showcase, like let's say half of the tracks, become more like trolling one, challenging one, like some part of tracks like on edge? I mean, yes, it's like completely free for all. Everyone can take part in showcase, everyone can submit tracks. It's just you need to be the first in 25. I believe there's just 25 tracks that you can submit for 1 week, just because if it's more, then it's just way too long. But yeah, the question is, do you find that tracks become like harder, or it's all fine, it's just my head, in my head? Yeah, use comments to say, am I right, am I wrong? And so yeah, back to Shattered Visage by R-Tube, which built pretty nice track this time. Very interesting idea. I believe it's tilted and it's all like grassy track. Checkpoint 4 for me was a checkpoint. If you don't see it, because it's a lot of blind moments, you easily can hit the barrier and not finish correctly. Then checkpoint 7, because you're going up, the proper landing and maintaining speed is also could be considered as a speed check climbed. And after that, it's a pretty decent one, nothing really crazy until the finish. So a really enjoyable track, love it. Neon Twister by Barnacle Boy, and well, spoilers, I didn't finish it. I found the way that the first part with all these double loops and transition to the jump I can do only from first person view, so yeah, it's pretty hard. And then after checkpoint 2 you have really strange hard elements that I really saw like in rare cases. It's like downhill on the pipes and go to the jump, and I just didn't build my like momentum, my line correctly to jump on the perfect line or on the road itself. But as you can see, after jumping, it's pretty easy part of the tracks, even with braking. So yeah, but nevertheless was so hard for me. Can you drive blind by Codewalt? And my answer is no, I can't, and you will see why. Because Codewalt built another blind track as OpenGL, but with slightly different approach. There is no map, there's basically track repeat itself 3 times, with each time less visible parts. And from my explanation and the name of the track, you probably figure it out that the last part is completely blind. And because it's slightly longer, it's really hard to start with big crowd to use them as guidelines. So it's harder than OGL map. Good Luck by Lazy Hidna, and from the beginning, from the name of the track, and that Lazy Hidna say I'm sorry when he posted this track. It's hard one, is a bad one. Well, it's not bad one, it's just hard one, it is what it is. The biggest problem is checkpoint 5, or climb to checkpoint 5, it's speed check. and I never was able to find the perfect line strategy to find the way how to do it. And after you go there, it's not finished. You still need maintain some speed to go to the finish. So like I believe for both cases you need around like 100 at the end. So yeah, really hard, and I definitely need only luck to finish this track. No skill involves. WD Canyon by Shadownuke. And yet another really hard track from the beginning. You need to build your jump perfectly with a pretty nice landing to maintain speed for the next part of the track. For some jumps, I was again lucky to at least do the jump after checkpoint 3 with not perfect landing. As you can see, if you do the landing fine, you will be faster, smoother, you will have enough speed to do the last loop-de-loop, I don't even know how to call it, and you will have enough speed to do the line to finish. Because I didn't do transition correctly, I lost at the end. Merry Christmas by Mew, and Merry Christmas to all of you, because I believe this is the last showcase before Christmas, so yeah. And Mew build track around the Christmas tree, and each time when tree on your screen, it's killing your FPS. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it's insanely. So usually I have 165 and now it's around 40. One of the attempt I run with FPS and it was very bad. Track is not really hard, it's even nice, but the biggest problem each time when you see the tree, it's become the bad. You see also the wheels, the stuff on other soapbox are so bad. Yeah, I don't know what has happened. Maybe again it's Unity, it's the problem with rendering trees. But I finished this track from my first attempt, and for surprise it was the fastest one. Nothing really hard, just follow the line, and it's really nice scenery. There's a lot of cats, trees, so Merry Christmas to all of you, and Happy New Year, but probably there will be one more showcase before that. Cardinal by Just Maki. So I want to say that this is new Maki style, because for like several weeks we see like tracks in identical style, not in colors, but the way how Just Maki approach to them. But it also could be like all tracks that just posted this week, or like tracks that after build like for several months, so it's not the best. But one thing didn't change for Just Maki track. Sometimes I need just stupid luck to finish it. As of this time, I was failing a lot on the same place for like all my attempts, like the big blind jump with arms up after checkpoint 4. I failed all my attempts except one, and it is quite slow attempt, but finish is a finish, a result is a result. And it's built pretty decent. There are a lot of boosters that help you finish it even if you're like really slow. So it builds very nice. It has some flaws, but flaws for me, for my skill. Lavender Ocean by Variable Ferret, and this is relaxing track. After all this hard one, you have really wide, relaxing track with not really hard lines. There is cool tricks with the soap when you go barrier and you need to use arms up, but honestly even without it you have decent amount of speed, at least I did, but it didn't give you any advantage because there's like really slow booster. So yeah, after all these hard ones, this one was very nice, very cozy and relaxing. Really enjoy to play with it as a change. Crimson Crease by Diabler, and as you can see there is also a map on the track, and the trick that there is like elevation at the end, and basically two finishes. One like if you overjump the pit, and second one if you don't, you go down. But the problem that going inside the pit intentionally, not by that you didn't jump, is faster than going over the pit. For me it was faster for 2/10, and but I show you probably as Diabler wanted the correct one, so my fastest was in the pit was basically 2000 slower, but I was losing 2.5 tenths by the speed until the jump into the pit. Stupid Bloody Parts by Arms Up Airport, which I assume it's Lexer because he posted this track. And yet another really hard one, using flash, using off-road tires. I didn't finish it. It's very hard. You need a perfect landing, perfect line, perfect everything to do that. As you can see, Maki had enough speed to do the loop. I didn't. I have just enough speed to overjump inside the tube, the cell, I don't know, and just show you how you should do it. You need enough speed to go on the side of the pipe to go up, and you still need enough speed to go into the finish. Okay guys, that was the 53rd showcase. I really enjoyed it, hope you also enjoyed, and leave likes, subscribe, and see you next time. Bye!